I'm saying? So I'm just...
I got you.
Yeah, I don't know why you comb in your beard because no one's going to see this.
I get it, but I feel it napping up on me. And I was just like, I got to do something about it.
Okay.
And let the follicles frolic.
Follicles frolic.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, that just happened.
That just happened.
Yeah. I let the follicles frolic.
I'm going to let the follicles frolic, brother.
Hey, I ain't got no complaints about that. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, the Landover Legend, a.k.a. Big T, and this is another installment of the I Can't Make This Up podcast. All that stupid stuff. I can't wait till I fancy this shit up and get some actual sound effects and all that, all that
me.
Yeah, all that jazzy stuff, that people really find cute and artsy and professional. But I'm not going to prolong this. I am going to introduce my next guest. A lot of people out there might already know this brother, and a lot of you might not. But focus of this is to introduce you guys to a new person in your life. Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest is a friend of mine. He's also a father. He's a comedian, actor, content creator who recently recorded his first comedy special. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce my next guest, Dwain Watts.
Yeah. I added my own claps. What's up, bruh?
Yeah, man.
It's long overdue, bruh.
Yeah.
Long overdue.
Yeah.
97% my fault. We're going to go 99. It's all my fault.
99?
No, we're going to go a whole 100. It's my fault.
Okay.
On the delayed shit, but it is. Can I cuss?
Yeah.
All right, bet. Yeah, then it's whatever, yeah. But what's up, though, man? Hey, first off, I want to say and just tell you, like, nigga, this shit dope. Like, I ain't even, like, it's crazy as shit because you always, this phrase right here, I can't make this up.
Mm-hmm.
I think it mean more to me than anybody else out here because growing up with you and shit, and you would tell us these stories, these personal things that you say, and then you will always follow it up with, I can't make this shit up. I can't make this up. This is my life. And then you'll just go into it. So for you to turn that actually into a podcast, into a show, this shit is dope, man. Proud of you. Shit is like that, man. I'm happy.
I appreciate it.
No problem, Slim. I mean that.
Yeah. I'm glad that people find joy out of my pain and misery. See? And they always laugh. Even when I just said, and then she died.
That's so fucked up.
You know what I'm saying? She was in my arms.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, though, bro? This is dope, man.
Man, I want you to introduce yourself to my audience, man.
All right, so what's up, man? Dwain Watts, 36. I've been doing stand-up for about 10 years now. Father, what else? I don't know, man. I mean, I'm just a guy, man. I'm just a regular guy with dreams, man. I'm just finally, not even finally, but I just took the chance to go ahead and just follow them shits. I mean, man, I used to be in and out of some dumb shit all the time. And, walking around trying to figure out what my purpose was. And the whole time while I'm doing all this craziness, I'm also making people laugh and, joning and, you know how that shit was when we was coming up. You know what it is. So it's like, yeah, man, I finally just jumped off the porch and did it, and it's stuck. And I'm really liking it, and not just the fact that I'm really liking it, but other people that don't know me are gravitating towards me, coming to my shows, and really enjoying the shit I got to say. So I finally figured out what my purpose was, and now the gas is, the foot is on the gas, and I'm gone all the way in. So it's no looking back right now. I'm just enjoying every moment of this shit right now. So I don't know, bro. I can't really call it. Everything is good when it comes to that.
I mean, not everything is, can be put into words. That term is ineffable. So right now, you got the pieces in front of you, and you trying to, figure out what's the next step. Right.
And that shit is it's a lot. It's not saying that it's difficult, but it is if you don't surround yourself with the right people. So luckily for me, I started surrounding myself with the right people that's leading me into the direction of the goal that I'm trying to reach. And needless to say, I'm starting to see the big picture, or what they say, seeing the forest amongst the trees. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's starting to look real good right now. Can't really say too much on a couple of other projects that I got coming up, because I don't like to say shit until it's all the way solidified. But I got some shit coming up, man. It's about to take everything to the next level. And honestly, I just can't wait. I honestly can't wait, because it's long overdue. It's long overdue. And I finally felt, like I told you, I finally feel like this is my purpose. So now that now that I figured that out, that's it. That's all I want to do right now. And then, be a good dad and all that other shit. But for real, these jokes. Yeah. Just get the content out, and by any means necessary. And get out of my own way, too. Because sometimes it be me that be blocking my own shit. Be real with you.
You blocking your own blessing?
Yeah, hell yeah. I blocked the shit out them Jones.
Okay, so you Matumbo'd your own blessing.
Matumbo, Pro Bowl, offensive line tackle blocked them shits, man, because I don't be real with you, bro. Sometimes you don't even realize the talent that you have. And everybody else in the world can tell you, hey, nigga, you this, you that, man. Hey, this is where you're supposed to be. But unless you believe it yourself, it's nothing. It's just words. And these can be the closest people to you. You've told me these things years ago, and I took it for what it was. Don't get me wrong. I didn't just dismiss what you were saying, but I didn't feel it. You know what I'm saying? Within myself, I always felt like there had to be more. Got to be more. I got to do something else, and I kept studying, kept working on my craft, but I never felt like I achieved it until I just said, fuck it. Like literally one day I just said, fuck it. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Whatever's meant for me is going to be for me. And that's just that's my mentality now. So when I do hit this stage, and when I do start writing my material, how I piece together what content I'm going to be putting out, I literally have a fuck it in the back of my head that I click on. And once I click it on, then whatever y'all get is what y'all got. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't overthink it no more, because, man, I done talked myself out of some great jokes. I done talked myself out of some good deals and some good. I done talked myself out of a lot of things just out of fear. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And now that the fear is gone and I don't care no more, everything's starting to open up and present itself in the right way. So I guess timing is everything as well, too, if you want to call it that.
I don't think you have anything given to you, or you know what I'm saying, create something, an opportunity or whatever, until you're actually ready for it. So, I mean, from my perspective, that's what it seems like to me. Like, yeah, you might have messed up a deal, but you might have, been waiting on something else.
I mean, that's a good way to look at it. But, I mean, that's a perfect way to look at it. I mean, because what's meant to be yours is going to be yours, regardless. Yeah. But at the same token, like, nah, it could have been there a lot early. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I didn't do this, if I didn't bullshit myself being on this side of it, then, this probably could have achieved itself a lot earlier, because my focus would have been more on this side than it was, when I was out here, doing all my dumb shit. So it's like,
you saying that you could have been...
I could have been way further in my career by now. Because I give you an example. 2009, when I started doing stand-up. When I started doing stand-up for real, it was about 2009. And you remember when I was doing all them shows out in Baltimore, Gaithersburg, and Glen Burnie and all that shit? I would always like once a month, do these things once a month. I had a good friend of mine when I was working at Bally's. I had a good friend of mine named Wally that knew a comic out California. I'm trying to remember Slim's name right now, because he's a Gary. It's
with the T?
Huh?
No.
Not with the T. Fuck you. No, not with the T. Nah, I'm forgetting Gary O'Neill. Gary O'Neill. Okay. That's a funny dude. Funny as hell. He from here, but he moved out to Cali and found his career right then and there. They always tell you, you know what I'm saying, you're not going to get discovered here. You know what I mean? That's what they say in the business. DC is a DC, Maryland, this whole DMV area. When it comes to the stand-up comedy scene, we create some monsters. But the problem is that you technically won't get to where you want to be staying here. At least that's what they say. that you won't get where you want to be staying here. You got to either head to New York. If you just want to do strictly stand-up, you head to New York. Or if you want to get your acting chops in and do the stand-up, you go to California. You know what I'm saying? So 2009, he was in California. And he reached out to Gary. Gary told him what was what. And he was like, hey, man, if you want to come down and get a visit, you know, he can come crash at my spot. And we can stay a week and I can get him into this junk. Won't set me up on everything. Everything. And I didn't go. And the reason I didn't go is not to blame it on no woman or whatever, but, you know, I was with Crystal at the time. And Vinny, my son, was just conceived. Was just conceived not too long ago. So I think she was maybe like two months pregnant when I finally get a call to say, man, come down to LA and stay for some time. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can't just up and damn leave. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I didn't have my father coming up, so I'd be damned if I'm going to leave leave my pregnant girl at the time to go pursue my dream, which sounds crazy now. But, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't just going to be that guy. So I put that on the back burner, and I just tried to build up what I was doing here. But at the same time, my focus was just more on being a father and learning how to do it. You know what I mean? And stay on that point. So that opportunity was missed. But if I wasn't dating, you know what I'm saying, being with her at that time, if I was single and that opportunity arose, I would have dipped. And who knows what would have happened by then? You know what I'm saying? But again, it all goes back to what we was talking about with timing. But I honestly believe if certain things wasn't in the way, I probably would have been a lot further on in my career. If I would have been a lot further on.
So is that why you beat Vinny the way you do? Because you resent him from slowing down your comedy career?
I didn't know we were going to talk about this on the air, but yes, I fuck him up all the time because I told him. That could have been me. That could have been me in that motherfucking movie. But nah, never wanted to keep him. You know what I mean?
You couldn't wait 8 months?
No, I gave her $300. She bought some shoes.
Damn.
I'm playing, y'all. I'm playing like...
Or is he?
I love my children.
Okay. So, what was your first stand-up performance? Like, legit stand-up performance? Like, was it a talent show? Was it 5 minutes at an open mic? And how was the experience also?
First show, Glen Burnie. August? When did I move back from Norfolk to here? Because you remember I was living in Norfolk. And the summer that I moved back, I want to say a week and a half after I moved back home, I hit the stage. Glen Burnie, I want to say September, right around September 3rd or some shit like that. I got on stage and I did about, I think maybe 5 minutes worth of shit. And you never know about time until it's like put in front of you like this. Like 5 minutes is forever when you're on stage looking at complete strangers and trying to convince them that you're funny. It's the longest 5 minutes of your life. It's torture when you don't know what the fuck you're doing. So that sat in the back of my mind. So when they told me, hey, yeah, you can go, man, that whole week I was prepping. I was writing jokes. I didn't know how to write, but I was just like, hey, this sounds funny. So I was just writing the shit down, whoop, whoop. And then whatever was in my head, I practiced. You know what I mean? So whatever movements, I made sure I looked in the mirror. Bloop, whoop. I still remember some of the jokes now. You know what I mean? But boom, boom. And looking at them, I'm like, all right, cool. So when they called my name and I went up on stage, I killed my little time. I think it was 5 minutes. I think I went over, but they didn't mind because it was funny. And when I got off, the host at the time was Howard G. That's the Kiss My Bumper dude. Yeah, Howard G. And he pulled me backstage and he was like, hey, man, so this your first time doing stand-up? I was like, yeah. He said, you lying to me? I said, no, I'm really not. He's like, this is your very first time? I said, yes. He was like, man, you sounded like a vet out there, man. Keep it up. So I was like, all right, bet. But yeah, man, it was terrifying. My heart, you could hear my heart beating. I was sweating everywhere. And I didn't even know the back of my knees could sweat. But them bitches were sweating right then and there. You hear me? And I did my set. I got off. And bruh, it was the high the high that I got, the satisfaction that I felt, it was a rush that I still can't explain to this day, bro. I really can't. But anytime I get on stage, I feel that same thing. It's like what opioids do to white people. You know it's dangerous, but you want that high. Mm-hmm. So that joint is what it is for me. It's a good old fashioned high that I seek every time when I get on stage, bro. And I get it every time I get it. So that feeling, that very first one was just like, okay, they didn't boo me. I'm good. We in here. This is what I want. So yeah, I stayed on it. But what they didn't tell you, or what I didn't know at that time, I didn't have no comedian friends at that time. So this particular show that I was on, they do it once a month. So I would just come back once a month. I didn't know about heading over to these open mics over here and working on my craft and whatever. My whole goal was never give them the same joke twice when I first started, which is stupid now. But back then, never give them the same joke twice. So fine, the next show ain't but 30 days away. All right, cool. I'll write some brand new shit. And so when I come back, give them the brand new shit. Did the same thing. So I want to say for the first 4 months of me doing stand-up, which is only technically 4 shows. Technically 4 shows. But the first 4 months of me doing stand-up, I was killing them. Couldn't tell me shit. Fucking Glenn Burney up. It got to the point that by month 5 or the 5th show, I had a small following because they had a consistent crowd of people that always came out and supported. And after month 3, when they realized I was coming in to on the show, it would be people like, oh, you here? Oh, yeah, he was here on the last one. Oh, yeah, he about to be funny. So your head get a little big, right? Mm-hmm. Head get big, man. Month 6 come in, bruh.
How did you get your head through the door?
That's a great goddamn question. If y'all could see the shape of my head, you will understand why he's laughing as hard as he is. But real talk, I got a little big-headed, got a little cocky, because I was like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, I know what the fuck I'm doing. So that next 30 days for the 6th show, mm-hmm. I was like, fuck that. They ain't heard that. I'm not doing all that. They gonna get what I gave them last month. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. I was like, man, I'm gonna just give them last month. That shit killed. I ain't gotta write nothing new. And be honest with you, it was cockiness and laziness at the time, because I just wasn't thinking. I just didn't feel like writing no new shit. Shit gets stressful. The shit gets stressful, and I'll expound upon that after this story. So don't let me forget it.
Okay.
But yeah, it got stressful. So I was like, man, fuck that, man. I'm gonna just give him what I gave him last month. That shit killed. I'm going whoop de whoop. So same energy, going to the show, thinking everything's sweet. Ran into my first set of problems. The person that was on before me was a guy that came in and he looked like he had a gimmick, because he came in with some overalls with no shirt on up under it, looking like a real country strong bumpkin looking motherfucker. Mm-hmm. And he went on and did his show. I want to say you was there this night. I don't know if you was there. I remember it was one of them Glenn Burney shows. I think it was you, Bird, Aaron came out to the jump. And you remember when the dude asked the woman in the audience if she ever sucked dick for weed? Was you there for that one?
You asked me to remember another comics bit from...
No. It wasn't a comic. No, I mean, it's not the bit. It was the host. But when he asked her the question...
The host was the Kiss My Bumper dude.
Yeah, but Ricky shot... No, it was... All right, so look, fuck it. Let me just see if I can jog your memory. Because I think you were there. But if you wasn't, then just check it out. Yeah. So, so like I said, this particular night, dude with the overalls, he got on stage, and when they gave him the mic, he took the mic and he started doing his bit, but he sounded like he was slow. So he was like, "Oh yeah," and because he had the overalls on, and he started talking, and people started laughing because they thought it was a part of the bit. But you can only do those type of jokes for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
So now people starting to get, about a minute and a half into a set, people are now like getting tired of this joke, mm-hmm. and they want him to move on. But he doesn't know that. And the reason why he don't know, and the reason why nobody else knows what's going on, is because no one paid attention to his ear. This man got a hearing aid on. I don't know who bet him to come on stage and tell jokes as a deaf man, but I'm sure he couldn't hear himself, because if he did, he probably would have stopped. He really was like, "Oh man, I'm not talking about," And like I said, people was laughing in the beginning like, oh, shit. So I think he see people laughing. He just keeps going. But after a while, people was like, all right, now that's mean. Now you're being mean. But nobody saw his hearing aid. So they started booing him. He didn't hear it, obviously. So he kept going. They had the Sandman Sims dudes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get dude off the stage and pulled them off. So when they pulled them off, that's when they saw the spotlight hit his ear, and that's when they saw the hearing aid. And it was like, oh shit, he deaf? What the fuck? Like, and now everybody, you know, if you a host and you run, you know, and you season, you can make a whole bunch of jokes off that. Mm-hmm. So that's what Ricky did. Ricky Shackelford was the host. Shackelford was the host at the time. So he did that. He made some jokes, whoop, 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 got the crowd back into it, and he about to bring me out. Something happens though. He goes in the crowd and he started doing crowd work, and he see this lady in the audience, and he said, "Man, have you ever smoked weed?" And she was like, "Yes." And he was like, "All right. Have you ever sucked dick for weed?" And before she could answer, a dude stood up and was like, "Hey man, what the fuck?" Dude was like, "What the fuck?" And the dude that said, "What the fuck?" You got to remember, this wasn't just a comedy show. This was an all-out talent show. Mm-hmm. So we had rappers there.
Yeah.
He was one of the rappers. And the lady that he asked was his mama. So the young, and this, look, he was one of these niggas that looked like what he rapped about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever he's talking about, whatever he said he did that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So he said, "Man, what the fuck? Hey, nigga, that's my motherfucking mama." He said, "Hey, look, I understand, but you know your mama sucked dick before. That's how you got here." So man, 30 niggas stood up. 30 niggas stood up and was about to set the whole thing off. Nigga, everybody looking, it got quiet, the whole vibe changed. Security came out, cleared these niggas out, got them up out of there, and it went from having maybe about 40 people, maybe 50 people in the audience, to about a hot 12. That quick. Now everybody looking weird. The vibe is off. I don't know what to fucking do. Nobody else know what to do. But Ricky goes this. Whew. All right, y'all, from Washington, D.C., I'm just going to bring him out. Y'all just start clapping down for Dwain Watts. Y'all, come on, Dwain. All right. How y'all doing tonight? You know what I'm saying? So, mind you, again, a month ago, this shit was killing. These jokes I'm about to tell, murdered. I go out the joint, and I'm start throwing out the gold. Boom.
This is before you knew about improv?
All of that. I'm start throwing out the same jokes. Boom, boom, boom. That was smashing last month. I got nothing. And the reason I got nothing is because the energy shifted. Mm-hmm. Everybody still tripping off the fact that there was about to be a whole gang fight in the joint, or the host getting his ass beat. Like, I didn't have the experience of trying to bring these people back in and get them to pay attention to me. I didn't know that. I just figured they hear the material, they just gonna start busting out laughing. But the whole mood changed. It didn't work like that. No one laughed. In fact, I'd rather have gotten booed. Honestly, I'd rather gotten booed than to just hear the complete silence that I heard. I heard niggas eating, like literally chewing. I heard fucking forks scraping up against the goddamn plate. You know what I'm saying? Niggas over here talking about, "Hey man, y'all ready to go?" Like, I heard niggas ready to leave. Niggas ready to leave, bro.
Hold on, man. Could you come back here? Hold on, bro. Ain't nothing funny right now. I didn't order this.
No, niggas like, yeah, the niggas want to talk about, hold on. I thought we split the check. But you left your car. Now there's a whole argument in the middle of my set, bro. I'm supposed to do 10 minutes now because they done upped it. I done came in 5 months in a row, killing. I'm actually requested at this particular point. Still not getting paid. Don't know nothing about money. I'm just doing it for the love. And I'm enjoying it. But God damn it, this is the first time that I'm bombing and I don't know how to handle the shit. So 2 minutes into a 10-minute set, I took myself off the motherfucking stage. I was like, yeah, you know what? This shit ain't going nowhere. So I'm about to go home, roll me up a blunt, smoke, and try to figure out what the fuck went wrong. When I said that, that was the only laugh I got. Niggas was like, ha ha. I was like, bye, man. And he got off the fucking stage and walked the fuck off. The host looked at me. He went back on stage. He got the crowd back, whatever. Did his thing. And then
crowd.
By this time, it went down to about 10 people. And what let me know that I wasn't nowhere near seasoned yet is because the next comic that came up, her name was Pumpkin. She came out that motherfucker and ripped it. I mean, killed. Got all 12 people back in. Huddled them up. and just chop, broke it down, murdered, smashed that joint. And I was sitting there like, oh, I got work to do. But I also bombed, and I didn't like that feeling. Mm-hmm. And no one told me, hey, man, it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right, man. This is what happens. Nah, no one told me that. And I'm very sensitive about my shit. So when people didn't laugh, nigga, I'm glad no one found me near a bridge, because I would have jumped. Nigga, I was ready. I'd rather have got punched in the face and you know what I'm saying, than to experience that type of pain again, bro. Like, I stopped doing stand-up, I want to say, I didn't go for like 2 more months after that. Like, I really decided to work on it and figure it out and see if this is what it was for me. And I ended up performing again, spot time here and there. But that one moment shook me so bad that there'll be times, I'm going to admit it to today. Today you're going to get the truth. All right, so you remember that time?
Okay.
Yeah, you about to hear it. So you remember that one time you heard about me doing a show, and right before I left out the show, I shitted on myself and I couldn't go?
No.
Okay, so.
What?
Yeah, all right, so I was supposed to do a show. I'm Baltimore. I was supposed to do a show out Baltimore, y'all. And my cousins and everybody was coming to the show. They like, all right, Wayne, they deep.
Okay.
But I'm still thinking about that last bomb I did. And I was like, man, if my whole family come out here and see me suck, bro, I'm gonna be upset.
So this was your interest back to the stage?
Yeah. Back after the bomb.
Okay.
All right, back after the bomb. I got so nervous, I talked myself out of going into that show. But I already knew that if I would have told my cousin or anybody that was with me, like, man, I don't want to go, I'm just too nervous, they would have did what they normally do, which is, man, shut that shit up, man. They would have encouraged me, hyped me up. And that ain't what I wanted. I just wanted to be left alone. You know what I mean? I wanted to be left alone and wobbling my own bullshit. I didn't want to be bothered. I just wanted to motherfucking just sit here, not get on stage and embarrass myself in front of that many people. You know what I'm saying? So, I had to come up with something extreme in order for them to be like, yeah, all right. So instead of just telling the truth and saying I'm nervous and I don't want to go and get encouragement and then end up performing anyway and probably doing good, I decided to embarrass myself all the way out in front of family and just be like, yeah, I can't go. What happened? Kind of shitted on myself. I'm going to go back home. I can't really do it. What'd you say? Yeah, I shitted on myself. I can't go to the show. I shitted on myself. I got to change. I'm going home. See y'all. Y'all didn't buy tickets. The show was free. I'm not going. I shitted on myself. Are you serious? They looking at me. I smell like cologne, nigga. I don't smell like I doo-dooed on myself at all. But I convinced them. And like I said, that's why I said early in the interview, like, sometimes I block my own blessings. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This was one of them. I'd rather look at you in your face and say I shitted on myself than to just admit that I was just too pussy to go on stage because I didn't want to get booed again.
You were shell shocked. It was a mental block. You can't.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You want to call it? No, I ain't gonna say you want to call it that. That's exactly what it was. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to handle it. You know what I mean? So I'd rather embarrass myself in this manner with people that I am comfortable with than to do that in front of complete strangers again. I really had to learn how to get out of my own way and deal with that shit. And it took me a minute. And eventually I got over that and I ended up getting back on stage and start working it again. And then I started getting private phone calls, people calling me to do their little house parties or little shit like that. And it was going good, but I wasn't getting I'm not saying I wasn't getting anywhere, but I had a family and I was still had my feet in the streets and it was too much going on. I had more.
You was splitting yourself apart.
Yeah, pretty much, bro. I was living two lives. You know what I'm saying? So, and this side, the streets, honestly, at that time frame, and the streets was way more lucrative for me at that time. You know what I mean? I was doing a lot of shit. I was just into a lot of shit. So it was definitely way more lucrative for me over here getting money than focusing on these jokes right now. I got a kid. I got a family to support. And even though I got a job, I'm only making $12 an hour. Whereas though this is supplementing everything at the time. So, yeah, my mindset wasn't sharp, man. I was, like I said, I was in my 20s, bro. I wasn't thinking about nothing, bro. I had long hair, didn't care. Just getting money. And yeah, I got this talent, but, you know, I know I can do it. So can't nobody sit there and take nothing away from me. Like, comedy wasn't my thing. It was just more so, at the time, it wasn't my thing. It was just more saying I wanted to look at my son in his face and my daughter. I wanted to look them both in their face and be like, whatever you dream, try it out. If it don't work, so what? You still better than the last motherfucker that told you suck at it because they ain't even got the balls to go and do what you tried to do in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to at least be an example like that. I didn't know I was going to take it to where I'm taking it now. But at the time, that was my mindset. At least I tried. You know what I'm saying? So comedy wasn't at the top of the list for me. It was just something that I wanted to get out the way because everybody kept saying I was funny and I wanted to see if I could do it. And now that I know I can do it and I like doing it, it still wasn't a priority. You know what I'm saying? So it took me a minute to really get back on stage and focus on the joint. And then when Vinny was born, I took that whole year off. Like his first year of him being here, I did not perform at all. I didn't hit a stage at all until he turned 1. And then when he turned 1, that's when I did my first DVD. And what was it called? Don't Judge Me. I think I still got one copy of it left. I did my masterpiece shit, nigga. I went in there, you know, I performed at a breast cancer awareness joint and turned it into my first little comedy special.
Yeah.
And, you know, I always had a hustler's ambition. And, you know, I did it on my own on that one. Financed it, got my copies, double back, and you know, did what I did with it. And it was good. But like I said, that was the first show after my son was born. So it was new material. But when I watch it now, I go, ooh. Like I was just watching that joint the other day and I was like, oh my God, like what the fuck was I on back then? Like, God.
You talking about the topic or the
just the topic, my delivery, the shit I was talking about? I was like, oh my God, like, wow.
I mean, at that point, you was how long into doing comedy?
A year. But if we being fair, maybe about 7 months, if you want to call it that. Like the time, the accumulated time as far, because remember, 1 show a month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then 6 show disaster, 7 show didn't even happen. The 8th show happened. You know what I'm saying? It happened, and then Vinny, year off, come back special, just come out the gate with a special. So it was like when I watch it now, I'm just like, damn, I did 30 minutes. But compared to what I can do now, I'm like, man, this shit was some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was just, you know, I was watching it the other day, and it's hard for me to look at shit that I do, period, because I just be like, I overthink. I judge way too harsh on myself. I'm my own worst critic.
I don't think you're the only person that does that.
Oh, I know I'm not the only person that does that, but that's just how that's what I was at the time. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I was just watching it the other day, and I was like, ugh. Oh my God. But then I was some jokes that was like, oh man, I came up with that. I can still use that. Like, let me, I know how to write now. Like I'm seasoned now. So it's certain jokes in that DVD that I'm like, hey, no, it's about maybe 200 people that got this copy.
Do you have a digital copy of it?
I got the DVD somewhere. I don't have it
you
on.
You might want to upload that, bro.
It's not. It's clips of the joint on YouTube. It's still clips on the joint on YouTube. I got some stuff that's on YouTube from 2009, 2010. You know what I'm saying? That if I want to pull up, I pull up just for nostalgic purposes because, you know, the shirts used to be big back in the day. Mm-hmm. The cell phone was on the belt clip type joint. And, you know, I had hair. My hairline was intact. And yeah, I look back at all of them now and I just go like, man, that was a fucking time. So I'm like, where did I come? Like, these were not saying these were generic jokes, but yeah, you could tell that there was a lot of progress from where I am now to when I was looking at. I was just like, oh yeah, I done came up a long way. But this, yeah, it always gives me a refresher course. Like you can always be better. You know what I mean? But like I said, to go back, not to trail off again, but to go back to what we was originally bringing up, like it was a lot. it was a lot for me, man. So once I finally got it together, I took that year off, got the DVD out. I was doing little private parties here and there because of the DVD. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Once people bought it, they watched it. People laughed, gave me great feedback, and now they hire me to their cookouts. I'm starting to get work over here, over there. But was I hitting open mics or nothing? I didn't know nothing about none of that. So I want to say around 2012, I just stopped performing, like altogether. I didn't quit, but I wasn't being eager about it because, again, I was on this side. And I was having way more fun on this side. You know what I mean? So I stayed where I was at. Got in trouble. That's when I started getting arrested for dumb. Like, yeah, when I think about it now, I'd be like, dog, all the dumb shit. Like, really? I was supposed to got this out the way between, if I was going to do the dumb shit, I was supposed to get it out the way between 16 and 21. You know what I'm saying? Not 26, 27, about to hit your 30s, and now you want to all of a sudden head up the upper Marlboro. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck am I doing? Misdemeanors, but still.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look, still, like, these are agitating charges, dog. Like, that still come up when I go to jobs now. They be like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, dog, like, fuck. Like, what was I thinking about? But I was getting into this trouble, and then 2013 came along, and this is when I ran into Skip. Skip seen me when I did a show at Bobby Keys. If y'all know what Bobby Keys is when the harbor first opened up. That was where all of the entertainment was at Bobby Keys. It was right next to that, what's that shit called? Not the Golden, the junk with the little
Cadillac Ranch.
There we go, Cadillac Ranch. So it was right next door to Cadillac Ranch. So Bobby Keys was there, and Red Grant used to do an open mic over there at Bobby Keys. So I got invited there one day and I still got the video of that one though. When I did that show with Red Grant, I still got the video of that, and I pulled that up. I got the digital copy for that one, so I'll pull that up for you later. And I did that show. And Skip was there. When Skip saw me, he was like, hey, man, you funny, man. I'm Skip. When we introduced each other, I was like, all right, cool. And then after that, he would let me know, hey, I'm going to be at this spot, man. Come up over here. So I came up over there, and I go there, and I see him there, and he over here killing it, and he doing his thing. And I'm like, hey, man, he knowing people, he networking. At this time, I don't know about networking with nobody. I'm very suspicious of people. I'm open. I can hear you. Mm-hmm. But you ain't about to be my mans in them. I got to feel you out first. You know what I'm saying? I'm very cool. A lot of people might think I'm over friendly, but I'm not. I'm very suspicious. I got levels to our friendships. It's family, and then it's associates. You know what I'm saying? It's friends, and then it's associates. Family, friends, associates. If I consider you family, you don't even have to be my blood, but you know where you are. Like, you family. That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? And then there's friends. And then there's associates. Associates, you never come to my house. You know what I'm saying? You won't know who my family is for real, because I don't want you that close to me. But I'm not going to be a dick to you either. We might need business. We might work out on this level. But this is all where we're going to know each other from. It's from this and this only. And that's that. You know what I'm saying? But so I was very suspicious about a lot of things. So I didn't hang out with a lot of crowds. But Skip himself, man, he just kept being 100. Like, it was just something that you just couldn't walk away from. So again, I chose to be on this side instead of this side for a good while. And then 2014 is when everything changed. I ran into Skip in New Carrollton. His birthday is 3 days before mine, but I didn't know that at the time. So he invited me to his little birthday party. And he was doing a Wildin' Out theme birthday. Mm-hmm. All right. Now, he just wanted me to come, sit in the audience, laugh, whatever. So I go to the little spot in New Carrollton, man, and I'm just there to enjoy the show, Terrence. I'm not here to perform, do none of that shit. I'm just here to enjoy the show. As soon as I walk in the door, I say, Skip, what's going on, bro? Dab him up, whatever. The nigga tossed me a shirt. He's like, hey, put this on. I'm like, oh, you giving out complimentary T-shirts? That's what's up. He was like, nah, man, Dave Butler said he can't make it, so I need you to fill in for him. So, yeah, you're going to be on this team. What you mean? Be on this team? Yeah, you're going to be on this team, man. You're going to be on the white team, man. This will be a black team. Bitch, I didn't say I wanted to perform. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't say I wanted to, but now my heart doing this. Because now I don't know nothing about no impromptu. I don't know nothing about what's about to happen, bro. Like, I watched Wildin' Out, but not to perform on that motherfucker, man. Slim.
There's levels to that shit.
Levels. So now my heart beating, I'm sweating, but it's time to go. Camera, show starts, and I'm on the corner, I'm in the back end. trying to be seen but not be seen. But I'm tall. I'm 6'3".
Yeah.
It's hard for me not to be seen. So first couple jokes go in, and next thing you know, I actually get comfortable. Then I started having fun. And it all just started flowing. And I'm looking at myself like, why haven't I been on stage this long? Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, I'm legit having fun on this jump. Actually, it was funny. You know what I mean? People liked it. And then on top of that, everybody that's on here, I follow on Facebook because I want to, you know, I kept my name in the scene even though I wasn't performing.
Mm-hmm.
I was following these people that were performing. And I was like, yeah, these niggas is funny. Like, damn. And I finally get to meet them. And I'm like, yeah, I'm tripping. I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't ever want to lose this feeling again. So when I got done, when the show was over, Skip dapped me up. He was like, bro, you was a lifesaver. You funny as hell. And he started quoting back certain jokes that I said. And I was like, oh, yeah. He was like, yeah, man. Hey, man, where you going to be at next time? I said, Skip, I'm going to be real with you, bro. I said, I've been doing my thing. And he knew what I meant by that shit. And I was like, I was not about to do stand-up no more, man. I said, I'm going to be very honest with you. This show just made me realize that this is what I've been missing. I said, I don't have any comedy friends. I said, I don't know where things popping off at. I don't know nothing. But I said, wherever you go, I want to go. I said, wherever you going, I want to go. And he said, for real? I said, for real. Wherever you go, I want to go. Now, I said this shit with two things going behind it. I said it because A, I meant it. But B, it was a way of me saying thank you for allowing me this stage time. But I also called the bluff too. Because I was like, I pulled a bluff on him. I was like, man, look, wherever you go, I want to go. And he was like, all right. And I was like, yeah, he ain't going to call. He ain't going to do none of that shit. We just talking at this point. That was Friday. Monday, that nigga called my phone. He was like, what you doing? I said, shit, in the house with the family. You dressed? Yeah, why wouldn't I be? All right, because I'm about to pull up in front of your house. We about to head to this, to the Red Lounge.
What time was this?
This was about 7:30.
That was like the equivalent of you up?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hit me with the you up text. So I was like, yeah. So I look at Crystal and I'm like, I'm about to head to the Red Lounge and I guess tell some jokes. She said, okay. You know what I'm saying? Go tell some jokes. I said, all right, I'm going back to telling jokes. Okay, hurry up. Go tell jokes. Get famous so you can get us out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I went and I didn't believe him, but he boom, did it. And then he was on the grind. So he was going to jumps every day. And I'm thinking like, man, can I be leaving my family like this all the time? Hitting these open mics? I didn't know if it was the right thing to do or not. But, you know, I had encouragement. She wasn't tripping. As long as I was just not in trouble, she was forward. So, you know, shout out to the baby moms for that. But, you know, she was with it. So she didn't care. As long as I was just out here, you know, not getting in trouble, she was with it. So, Skip was a real one. Everywhere he went, he took me. And because he networked and knew a lot of people in the industry, in the DMV area, as far as stand-up goes, he started introducing me and was just co-signing me. Like, before niggas even heard me. Before he even really heard me do stand-up, he was co-signing. Nigga funny. Give him about 2 minutes of my time, 2-3 minutes, whoop-de-whoop, blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop. So, and then I started doing it. I mean, I was trash in the beginning. Not even going to hold you because I was nervous. But the more I did it, the more practice I got, the more stage time I got, the more I was able to work on my presence, the more I was able to learn about my cadences, the more I was able to really hear how I'm writing. And then I'm actually meeting comics who don't just want to criticize and do and just say, hey, man, you all right, or man, that was none of that. These niggas actually want to help me because they see the potential in me. They see more in me than I saw in myself. And I didn't understand it, but I also didn't reject it either. So, you know, that's when the funny team came along. You know what I mean? Skip, Oral, Hilarious Omar, and myself, and at the time, dude named Jamon Darnell. It was 5 of us in the group. And we put ourselves together and we just decided, man, we gonna work and we gonna put in work and we gonna hit the area and we gonna know our names. We gonna be a group and they gonna know our name. And that's what it was. And the first time I ever did a show out of town was with these guys. The first time I really headlined a show was with these guys. And in a sense, so these guys have been my mentors and my brothers and helped me grow into what I'm becoming now in this game. And I'm forever grateful. So anytime anybody asks me about my stand-up career, technically, I've been doing it for 10 years, but I didn't really get serious until about 2013, 2014. I didn't take it serious until that time. And it built itself into where I am now. And I've learned that bombing isn't the end of the world and that you're going to bomb from time to time. It's a part of the game. The goal is to not making bombing consistent. So you really got to work on your craft. You really got to know yourself. And then in knowing yourself, you'll start to tell your truth and learn how to be as funny as you are with your private friends in public to complete strangers, if you catch my drift. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the hard part about comedy. A lot of people who say, man, I'm funny. People come up to me all the fucking time, bro. Man, I'm thinking about doing that stand-up shit. And that shit irks my spirit every time somebody says some shit like that to me. Because, it's not little. It's nothing little about this shit. Don't think you can go up that motherfucker and get on this stage and then make these niggas that don't know you laugh like these niggas know you. Because you know why? You're comfortable around them. Me and you, Terrence, bro, we known each other since we was 5. We are comfortable with each other. I can be myself in front of you and say some outlandish shit, and you're going to laugh because you find it funny. But the reason you found it funny is because I was being myself, and you heard it. You feel what I'm saying? Now, take that same energy and do that shit with somebody that don't know you. You know how hard that is? It is hard as hell. It's not easy because they don't know how you talk. They don't know your mannerisms. They don't know what you're going through. You know what I'm going through. So when I tell you these, I can't make these up type stories. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? You know it because you know what I'm going through. How can I tell that and make you laugh? If I can make you laugh that hard at it, my goal is to make them feel just as familiar. So basically, it's like this, man. When I'm on stage, I want you to feel like you're in my house, sitting in my living room, and I'm just talking shit to you, just like I'm doing right now. And it all flows in. That's the goal. That's the level of comfort that I'm trying to achieve when I am on stage. And be honest with you, it's not easy to get that kind of comfort on there. Because why? Because again, you get on that stage and time is your enemy and your friend if you know what you're doing. But in the beginning, when you don't know what you're doing, it's your enemy. Because you only got 3 to 5 minutes to get your fucking point across. And you don't know what you're doing. That spotlight hits you. The music's off and everybody's quiet. And now they waiting on you. They waiting on you to make them make noise. And you talking, but you cussing every 2 seconds. Shit, motherfucker, shit. I'm going to give you some real signs real quick. If you ever want to know if a comic is bombing or he forgot what he said in the middle of a set and he's trying to remember what it is, he or she, when they go, man, shit crazy. When you hear shit crazy, well, motherfucking like, yeah, man. When you hear the shit like that, they trying to figure out what they about to say next. You know what I'm saying? I used to do that a lot. You know what I mean? Coming into the joint. So if I'm doing it, I know you're going to do it too. And you don't even know these people. So don't play with this. When you come in here, don't just think that you're going to just come in here and just kill it like you're doing in front of your mans and them, because your mans and them, these your mans and them, you're comfortable with them. They don't know you, bruh. You feel what I'm saying? They don't know you. So allow them to know you. Be vulnerable. But that shit don't happen like that on when you get on stage, man. That's something that you eventually learn as you go.
So basically, you saying that, I mean, I'm ascertaining everything you said up until now. You treated comedy like your side chick instead of your main chick. So,
oh man,
you know what I'm saying? You didn't reap the benefits of, having a bottom bitch. So now, you know what I'm saying?
Pimping like you did.
Now you playing catch up.
Yeah, I'm playing catch up.
You know
I'm playing well, I'm not even playing catch up because I done caught the bitch now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done caught my lady at this particular point. She's no longer my side.
Yeah,
bitch.
but this isn't comedy from when you first started or when you was taking your break. Comedy has evolved. Comedy has changed. So the question is, did you evolve to a point where you can match her fly and take her on the dance floor?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry, I smoke a lot of weed. Can you repeat the question again? Repeat the question again. You just saw what. Repeat that last question again.
So rude. So fucking rude.
I am. I'm sorry, bro.
Basically, what I said was that do you feel as though you're at a point now that you can actually treat this shit and give it your all, like treat it with the respect it deserves? Because Jerry Seinfeld said something, not to give a white man credit in a black man's conversation right now, but he said something that stuck with me and I always thought was interesting. He said however many years that you've been doing stand-up is how old you are in the comedy game. So you're a 10-year-old.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you put it in that perspective, yeah. But look at what you was doing when you was 10. There's a certain level of responsibility that you got to take. There's certain things that you're aware of now. You know what's right and what's wrong by 10 years old. You know what I mean? So there's a certain level of accountability that you're supposed to have for yourself. So using that as a contrast to, you know what I'm saying, to the question, to the question that you just gave me. Yeah, no, I treat this, the respect level that I have for this craft now is I'm trying to think of an analogy, but I'm not. I respect it. Mm. I respect it. I know it's my purpose now. So I give it my all. I don't half-ass it. I don't half-ass this thing at all. Like, I take this thing super serious. Like, dude, I study. When I say I study, I study. I sit here and I read books. I've taken improv classes. I've had no private lessons because you can't really teach comedy, but you can teach how to set up the joke, how to build, how to use your body as the punchline. You know what I mean? How to talk. All great orators have cadences when they speak. Everybody all prolific speakers have a certain way that they talk that grabs your attention and that forces you to hear what they got to say. I study that shit. For example, I give you an example on how I study. I was watching Chris Rock Tambourine the other day. Mm-hmm. And you personally know what I'm going through personally. So that special, even though that was 2018, relates to me more now than it did when it first came out. Have you seen Tambourine?
Yeah.
All right. So it relates to me more now than it did when it first came out. But anytime I watch a stand-up special, I watch it 3 times. The first time, I take comedy all the way out of it. I don't even act like I'm a stand-up comic. I just watch it as a fan. Like, I genuinely am a fan first. So I love to laugh, period. So I watch it as that. The second time I watch it as I'm listening. I'm not paying attention to the stage. I'm paying attention to what he's saying, what he or she is saying. Let me take that back because I'm acting like I don't have any female comics that are my heroes as well, you know. But I listen to what he or she says and how they said it. How did they put this together? And please don't give me the good old classic wraparound or the callback. Mm-hmm. Basically, what the callback is, and you know what a callback is, you know, you talk about this, boom, then at the end of the show, it come back. Like, it all come full circle. Like, that is genius type shit to me when you can do that. And I listen for all of that. I listen to the cues. I listen to the pitches. I pay attention all the way to it. And then the third time I'm watching it, I'm looking at the stage presence. What is keeping these motherfuckers focused on you? What are you doing? Like, for example, with Chris Rock. Chris Rock constantly moves. He never really sits still in one place. Always talking to you like this. Everybody got what he was doing this shit. He's going from here to here to here to here to here. He's keeping you focused on him the whole time. I remember he made a quote. He said a quote one time. He said, "My goal as a stand-up comic is to keep you focused on me at all times. I don't care if a fire had started burning the balcony and a masked gunman was downstairs shooting everybody in the third or fourth row. If you're in the first row and you're not paying attention to me while all that's going on, I have failed. And I was like, that's a lot, Chris. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a lot. I mean, you're asking a lot right there. You're putting a lot on yourself on that. But I get where he's coming from with that. So I take all of that, and I don't necessarily put it towards anything like, no, and I'm not saying necessarily. I don't use none of that and then try to see what I saw them do and then steal it and use it as myself. I use it as examples on how I would want to, you know what I'm saying, create what they're giving. And what I noticed is at the end of the day, they're telling their truth. They're telling their truth. No matter what the subject is, it's their truth. And that's what stand-up comedy is. Every joke has been told, bro. Every joke has been told twice over. It's just, what is your perspective of this particular said subject? You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But every joke been told. It's just, this is my version of it. You know what I mean? This is my perspective. This is how I see the world, or I see the subject. This is how I see it. And this is my interpretation of it. So, to really, that's how I look at it. And that's how I study. And that's what gets me to write. That's what gets me to practice and hit these stages, because I want to see if this shit is funny as to the other people as it is to me. You know what I mean? Every joke that you ever hear me tell on stage, if I haven't bust out laughing at it by myself, then you won't hear it. That's how much faith I have in my shit. If I don't laugh at it, it's not funny. It won't make the stage, because I don't believe in forcing anything. I'm not about to force these jokes down because, the subject makes sense and I know I got a cheesy punchline behind it. But if I ain't really laugh at it, if I go, then no, it probably won't hit the stage. I might have to tweak it. I might have to really work on it. But if that joke got me waking up in the middle of the night and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Mm-hmm.
That you gonna hear about it. That's like with the album coming up. The shit that's on that album, you're gonna hear the nigga.
That's what that nigga Kevin say when he leave out the drive-through. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
It's diabetes, man. It's diabetes. It's diabetes.
So, who are some of your influences?
Oh, man, shit. George Carlin, Richard Pryor, Wanda Sykes, Gilda Radner, Robin Williams, of course, Chappelle, the Rock brothers, Tony and Chris, you know what I'm saying? And even their younger brother, Jordan, beast. Jordan Rock is a beast. Who else? Local comics, man. My brother, King Tink. My sister, Paris Sachet, Ty Davis. You know what I'm saying? You know Ty. That's my sister. Love her. Skip. Everybody in my funny team. Pretty comedy. Comedy itself. If it's funny, I respect it and I pay attention. That's pretty much what it is, man. Comedy itself is what I pay attention to. I mean, of course, you know, Bill Cosby. To me, I consider myself a storyteller, and Bill Cosby is like one of the greatest storytellers of all time. So, I definitely pay attention to him. I love him. I don't love what he's done and got accused of, but the jokes, fantastic. And there's others, man. Robin Hers, Red Grant, Red Fox. I mean, shit. Red Fox got one of the best openers I ever heard in my life. Niggas, it was one off of one of his comedy albums. I'm trying to think of what the name of the album was, but the first joke was, hey, what if the Pilgrims ate cat instead of a turkey? Will we be eating pussy for Thanksgiving? That was the first joke.
That nigga, he was a different animal.
You see, if Pilgrims chose to eat cat instead of turkey, will we be eating pussy for Thanksgiving? Nigga, I was done. Man, you couldn't tell me. That's simple. It's just so fucking simple, bro. Those jokes are simple as hell, but they last because it hits the mark. It hits the mark. And I don't need to be uber personal in my shit because as you know me personally, I'm a silly nigga in general.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't try too hard. I don't try to do more than what I need to. I know I can never be Dave Chappelle. I can never be Kevin Hart. I can never be Red Fox. I can never be Wanda Sykes. I can never be Ty. I can never be nobody else. I can only be me. I can just use what they're doing as an inspiration to go harder than what I think I'm at. So whatever level I think I am, all right, it's no time to be complacent. It's time to go a little harder. You know what I'm saying? It's time to challenge yourself more. It's time to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, nigga, is this what you want? You know what I mean? Is this who you're supposed to be around? And be honest with you, ever since I adopt that mentality, the doors have opened. I've been running into people. You know what I'm saying? I've been meeting my idols. I've met Chris Tucker. I've met George Lopez. I met Dave Chappelle. You know what I'm saying? Briefly, but I met him. I was at his Mark Twain at the DC Improv. I was at the Improv that night. You know what I mean? I know a lot of, you know, the niggas like Tony Woods. You know what I'm saying? The OG. He's been all over the world. This Dave Chappelle's mentor. You know what I'm saying? But I know him. I have him in my phone. I can call Tony. You know what I'm saying? And bounce out. And that's only because it's out of respect. You know what I mean? It's out of just, it's networking. I wouldn't, man, these guys are celebrities in my eyes, but I'm on first name basis with them. You know what I mean? And it's still kind of trippy. It still weirds me out from time to time that I'm a lot further than when I was when I first started in this game. And it trips me out more that my peers respect me. And then that's all I care. The money, if it comes, it comes. All I care about is the respect. Don't shit on my pen. You feel what I'm saying? When I write, I write. I don't steal. Stealing is just I don't have nobody write for me. None of that shit. Period. I come up with my shit, and there's maybe about a handful of comics that I trust that I'll call, hey, you think this funny? And then I'll tell them, and they'll give me their feedback. If it's funny, cool. If it's not, they'll tell me. Or if they say, hey, look, what about this? How about you change this from this to this? And if it hit, I'm going to take it. And I have no problem saying, oh, yeah, my man Tink helped me out with that. I don't got no problem with that. But you'd be surprised how many comics call my phone, hit my DMs. Hey, man, can you write for me? Or can you do this and can you do that? And I'm like, I can, but I'm not. I'd rather show you. You know what I'm saying? Just pull up on me, bro. Like, I don't have no problem.
They don't want a tagline. They want you to write there.
Yeah. Some people just want me to flat out write for them. And, you know, I'll charge them. Don't get me wrong. I'll take some writing shit in the heartbeat. But if I fuck with you, I'm not going to make you do that. I'm not going to do that. Because, you know, no one charged me. You know what I'm saying? Not saying, like, no one charged me to give me the info that they gave me. It was free game. So I'm going to give you free game as well. But, you know, I'm just not going to give it out willy-nilly. You know what I'm saying? I got to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? There got to be something about you that make me go like, oh, all right, fine. I don't mind doing that. Because I don't do that with everybody. But if I see some potential in you, and like I said, you show me love. You show me that you fuck with me in whatever way, then yeah, I don't mind looking out because I didn't expect you to fuck with me in the first place. I don't ever think my head is not that big in comedy. Period. I don't think I'm better than anybody. And I'm lying like shit. I do think I'm better than motherfuckers. Don't get me wrong. Like, this is a single man sport. This is like
you're
tennis.
Confident. Basically.
I'm very confident. Yeah, I'm very confident in my shit. But I'm humble enough to understand that I'm not the baddest motherfucker around here.
You gotta be confident to walk around with that headline.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. And you gotta be confident to walk around with no neck. It's amazing how that head just sit on them shoulders. It's got the nerve to have a beard. It's crazy. Right. This is weird. It's like his beard is a neck brace. Y'all don't see what I'm looking at right now. But that's neither here nor there. The point is real shit. It's like I don't walk around like I'm better than nobody when it comes to this. But when it comes to my pen, yeah, I'm not saying a lot of people can fuck with me, but respect my pen. That's all I ask. Hey, I treat this shit like rap. Respect my pen.
Hey, man. Kudos to you. And, you know, all I can say is that at the end of the day, you wouldn't be where you at, or you wouldn't be surrounded by the people that fuck with you or govern you or hold you in high regards if you weren't doing respectable things or, you know what I'm saying, of a certain class.
Yeah, no,
no one can approach you and say, hey man, I heard your shit and you some garbage. they can either give you praise or say nothing at all.
Yeah,
You know
yeah. I refer you not to say shit to me if you don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just for my ego. I don't mind. I don't mind criticism. It comes with that because I'm not gonna be funny to everybody, and that's one thing I learned real quick. Like everybody's not gonna find me funny. I'm not gonna be everybody's cup of tea from time to time. Would I like to be? I mean, hell yeah, but I know I'm not. So I don't hold that to that degree. But for the people that do find me funny and that do love me, and be honest with you, it's a lot more than I even anticipated that fuck with me heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got a real fan base, and it still kind of blows my mind when I think about it because, you know, when I did my special, you know what I mean? Like, I released the tickets for that show August 28th. The show sold out September 10th. Mind you, it was 2 shows, a 7 o'clock and a 10 o'clock. Both shows sold out within a week, 2 weeks after I goddamn released the tickets. The show wasn't until October. Sold out in September. Like, do you understand how humbled I was after that, bro? I was like, damn, people really fuck with me, man. Like, sometimes I get surprised by it, bro, because, you know, I've always sit there and think to myself, I look at where I'm at and I'm like, man, I could be further. And sometimes you just got to appreciate where you are. You got to appreciate the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to sit in it and you got to go like, it's good to want more, but don't want it so much that you can't see what's in front of you, that you can't see what you have right now. Like, gratitude is a motherfucker. Gratitude for me is hard to accept. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to show gratitude. I'm learning that now, you know what I'm saying, about gratitude. You know what I mean? I'm learning about just appreciating what I have as opposed to just being upset that I don't have what I want. You know what I mean? And it is this, I mean, be honest, like I said, you know, be honest with you, what I've been going through within the last 2 years really made me sit down and look at myself. Mm-hmm. And look in the mirror and be like, you know, what type of person are you? What type of person do you really want to be? Nigga, you know, you was in the streets, but you're not a street nigga. You know what I'm saying? The shit that you was involved in, be honest with you, you knew good and goddamn well you ain't had no business being in it. But you made your choices. You know what I mean? You made your bed. And it's like, you got a chance to get out of it. Like, God been talking to you and you just been one in out the other. And now he made you sit the fuck down. Like, you got no choice but to sit down and live in this shit that you made. So how you gonna get out of it? You gonna stay here? Are you gonna place blame? Are you gonna blame the whole world for what you're going through? Or are you gonna take this experience, really learn from it, and then use that in the gift that God gave you? And how can you express yourself and let the world understand what you went through is what you went through, but it ain't the end of you. You know what I mean? How can you build off that? And that's what I did. I figured that shit out. And it took my writing to another level. It took my spirituality to another level. It took me, I never believed in meditation. I never even thought about chakras and all that shit. But when I went through what I went through, I was online looking that shit up. I was sitting out back in grandma's yard with some fucking quartz crystals in the middle of the fucking day, just looking stupid. Your mother come out, take out the trash. Hey, Dwain. Hey, Miss Bay. I be sitting that bitch and I'm y'all ready to get Keon out that motherfucker. Cause dog, I had to strip the old me had to die. You know what I'm saying? In order for the person that you're talking to now to flourish and do what he's doing. You know what I mean? You know, so, you know, it's like I said, this whole experience is humbling, but I know it ain't the end. I know I got so much more to do and I'm achieving it. And it's like I said, it's just the things that are just clicking for me is fucking crazy. It's still like melting my brain, but that same little bullshit ass excuse on what made me want to do comedy in the first place is now my kids see it. And now that they, like Vinny, he tells me he want to be a stand-up comic and I be trying to like, don't you want to do something science or whatever the fuck else? But dog, that just lets you know that what I'm doing is big. It's bigger than me. And I got people paying attention, not famous, non-famous, but like my son pays attention. And he sees that long as you, whatever you want to do, long as you take it serious and you 100 into it, it could work out for you. You know what I'm saying? And so whatever he wants to do in his life, he knows that at least if he tries, it might hit and it might work. And that was all I wanted to get my point across with him and his sister in the first place. You know what I'm saying? But for him to be like, I want to do stand up. I think I'm funny, and then actually be funny. Like I told you what he said about the Iron Man helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was him. Yeah. That was all him, man.
So, I mean, it sounds like regardless to, what his daily influences is, he's going to want to imitate you because you've been around. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I'm his hero, bro. Like real talk. I'm his hero. And it's crazy because every young man, their first hero is going to be their father. But, I came up in a generation where that was supposed to be, but we didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? My father wasn't around, and a lot of other people wasn't around. Like, we came up in some really fucked up ass situations, and it made us live how we lived. We took our circumstances and we didn't make excuses. We just had to figure a lot of shit out on our own. You know what I'm saying? And I was one of them. But what I won't do is allow my son to try to figure anything on his own. You know what I mean? Without me being to like if he figures something out on his own, that's because I decided to let him learn that shit on his own. You feel what I mean? Not because I wasn't there or I'm not around or because of a decision that I made got me locked up for a certain amount of time and I can't be there. You feel what I'm saying? Whereas though I'm here. And if I choose to do something about it, I will. But if I don't, I don't. It is what it is. So that's why, you know what I mean? That's why I stand with the shit. So the point is that he looks up to me and I know it. So I got to do better. I got to make sure I'm better at the blueprint that I'm trying to set for him because I didn't have one. You know what I mean? So I'm just going off the cuff. But I think I'm doing all right. You know what I mean? I think I'm okay.
He still got all his fingers and toes.
Yeah, his teeth still put together. Thank God he got his mother mouth. Because mine's all fucked up. So I don't, he got that. And his sense of humor, like I said, it's through the roof. The dude is funny. He gets on my nerves sometimes. He be trying new jokes out with me. And I'm like, no, I don't want to hear that shit today, but I don't care. Dad, you're fat and your hairline's gone. Let's talk about it. I'm like, no, you know what I mean? Like, get out of my room. You know, like, get out. Get out, man.
It's going to be all right. Don't let it get to you.
I can't, man. Look, it's a blessing, bro.
It's just a part of life.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Like, the homeless guy that did your beard. It's just, one of them things that happen and you got to deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, man. What was his name? Greg?
Greg. Yeah, it was Greg that did my beard.
Yeah.
Man.
I heard that, they did tests on him back in the day, and that's why he does things with waffles and squirrels behind that building. When you was tying your shoes, and then he was like, "You want to line up?" You was like, "Well, I'm broke." Are your hands clean, Greg?
Yeah. He's like, "No," and I was like, "Fine, I don't care."
Well, it's sterile. It was my urine.
Well, but, I just want to sit here and just for everybody that's listening to this podcast, I just want y'all to understand that what y'all witnessing is a miracle within itself because here's the missing link. We all know about Coco the gorilla that learned how to speak with sign language. And now we see Coco's son using 4 words and giving off interviews. And I'm just proud of you, young. Nana, would you like Nana? But no banana? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. They can't see this, but I love you.
That's Kevin. That's not me.
No. Kevin's what they call an orangutan, and you're more of a silverback. But you're still That's just like light skin and dark skin, but you're still black.
No, I am the turtle with his mask off.
There's
a difference.
No. Turtles, you're not a turtle. You're a gorilla, and it's okay. Have you seen your knuckles?
Yes.
Yes. You look like you've been dragging them bitches on sidewalks. That's why I'm sitting here and telling you that shit. And it's cool. It is cool, yeah. Once this interview is over, there's probably a buffet with your name on it. And it's probably like, I don't know, something, you got a tooth joke? Like, what else are we doing right now?
So,
what are we doing?
Back in the day,
here we go.
I guess when you were a kid and you yawned, is that where they came up with Stonehenge?
Oh, we're going to edit this part out, probably.
No, we're not.
No, we're not?
No,
okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
I just see pillars. Hold up. Is that 7? Roman numerals? God damn.
First off, let's give a shout out to his shin bones. They the real MVPs on his body. Because if you see this nigga, he built like a upside down vase. Big at the top, little at the bottom. Old lobster built ass. Like nobody, if you see Turns, the smallest thing on him is his shins. And I don't even know how these bitches is holding up. They stronger than them beams in the 9/11 towers. You understand what I'm talking about?
Nigga, God had to put an ACL on your gums to hold your teeth up. We gotta get back to this fucking interview.
You built like Bobby Hill. What are you talking about?
Come on, we smoking.
Damn it, Bobby.
Oh,
hey, you're like a fat ink pen. Like you.
It looked like 80 niggas put out cigarettes on the top of your head.
Oh, if diabetes had a face.
Hey, look, nigga, I ain't got no change, man. Just leave me alone, all right? I'm trying to do a show. Oh, it's you. All right.
He's a Golden Corral All-Star. What?
Oh, shit. Oh, that was good.
That nigga walking the Golden Corral, they be like, Terrence! It's like Cheers in that bitch. Oh, nigga reference. I'm sorry.
Everybody knows my name.
Everybody knows your name.
Damn. You think that T-Rex is missing his skull?
Mm-hmm. But I know this hippopotamus is missing this motherfucking water buddy. I know that.
All right.
All right. Some jokes bomb, people. Just because I'm a stand-up comic doesn't mean everything's going to land, okay?
All right. So how did you pivot with the new pandemic ordinances?
Oh, shit. COVID was a blessing. Because as weird as that sounds, it was because my original date for me to do my show was May 23rd at Bus Boys and Poets, right off in Brentwood. And the material that I was going to use at that time, not saying it was trash, but it was nowhere near as funny as what I end up using for the album, because I didn't really have to, like, I'm one of them types that I know I got a due date, and you can give me the assignment 6 months in advance. I won't start on it until 2 weeks before it's due. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's fucked up, but I always end up making it work. So I really need to stop that. But when the pandemic happened and all my shows, because I was booked, like, you got to understand, I lost a lot of money when the pandemic hit, because I was not on tour, but I was getting booked in state and out of state. Mm-hmm. I was booked from February up until July of 2020. So when the pandemic started, I think it was like February, March, I had 20 shows get canceled. All of them paid gigs. So it sat me down and it made me think about, okay, well, now that I'm forced here to look at myself and what's up with this quarantine, I'm going over my material and I'm like, yeah, this don't sound right. And then boom, it hit me. The theme hit me on what the album was going to be about. And then it was like, oh shit. And it changed my whole perspective. It was a lot of jokes that got scrapped, a lot of jokes that are good. They're funny. I already know that they work. But how I wanted to theme it, nah, I'm not throwing you away. I'm going to just save you for something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to tell you, but you're not going to get told on this special. So it gave me more time to, like, really put this together and not bullshit it. And it worked out for me. And you know, when y'all hear it, the album's supposed to be dropped in January. I'm looking at January 2021, the first week. It will be on all streaming platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Tidal. If you have Tidal, I'd rather you listen on Tidal because I get paid more on the shit, but it don't matter. I want y'all to just download it, spin it, get everything.
What's the name of it?
I'm going through it now. The name of the album is going to be That Nigga Spittin', but I'm thinking about it. I don't, because I had a friend, one of my white comedian friends from Kentucky, man. They support me all the time. And I bought some merch. I had some merch I was selling that had my face on it, and then That Nigga Spittin'. And he was like, do you want me to get beat up? And I was like, what do you mean? And I forgot he was white, and the name of the shirt was That Nigga Spittin', with my face on it. Yeah, I was like, I might need to change that. I don't just have a black audience. I be forgetting. I got multiple people, and that's the goal. You know what I mean? I don't want to just relate to black people. I don't want to relate to just mainstream. I want all of it. You know what I'm saying? So I might change the name. Not even might. The name of the album probably going to change by the time I'm done, putting it all together. I just put that nigga spitting for the show title, just so I can sell merch and get people to come on out. You know what I mean? And enjoy the show and make them feel like they're at something special because they are. You know what I mean? So that's how that pretty much worked out.
So
I'm thinking about Only Me.
Okay.
I'm thinking about that, and it's a couple of other titles, but Only Me is sticking out the most.
How is it performing with a bunch of people wearing masks and or face shields?
Nothing. That wasn't the issue. It was more when I was doing the online shows. That was the one.
No, I know that was before COVID hit because you be spitting and shit.
Oh, Skidoo Pow, ladies and gentlemen. That was another Big T classic right there. I'm going into his fridge and get me something to drink. Got another water? No. Oh. Well, that's dead. Get this soda. Yeah. But prior to what you said, Flipper, it's it wasn't that bad. I mean, once you got inside, most people took their mask off anyway. So
okay,
if he dies, he dies. That's how I looked at it.
Not the Ivan Drago.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, man. No refunds. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the money's spent. Like, you know what I'm saying? The money is spent. Ain't nothing else you can do, man. The money's spent. I try to keep it as COVID safe as possible, but the money's spent. There's no refunds. You get sick, it's your fault. You shouldn't.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'm not trying to encourage people to, go out and just do whatever, but you know what I'm saying, just everyone's in control of their own destiny. So if that's what they decide to do, that's what they decide to do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I got a random question for you.
All right.
Who do you think was a funnier father? Peter Griffin or Homer Simpson?
I want to go with Peter.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go with Peter. But Peter to me is nothing but Homer Simpson to the 10th power.
You think so?
That's just my personal opinion. Like, it's so many, Homer been out for so long, he got way too many classics that some of them shits is just redundant. You feel what I'm saying? Whereas though Peter, they got this and then they go to a little side little jump. They even make fun of it, but
the
Homer,
step away.
Yeah. But Homer, man, he got hella man. Look, the one that stands out the most is when they went into witness protection. With Sideshow Bob was chasing them, and they made them all change their name, and it got the Homer part. I can't remember what name they was gonna make him change it to. We just gonna, for example of the joke, is gonna call Danny Brown. Like, your name is Danny Brown, okay? And he was like, okay, got it. So it was like, okay, how you doing, Mr. Brown? And then Homer wouldn't say nothing. Who's he talking to? You, Mr. Simpson. You, I'm talking to you. We're changing your name to Mr. Brown now. So I'm going to say this, and then I want you to respond as Mr. Brown. He said, okay, got it. How you doing, Mr. Brown? Nothing. And then the scene changed, and everybody looked frustrated. It looked like they done been in there for 4 hours. The goddamn detective started smoking cigarettes. He got his hands on the desk. He sat there and told him, I am going to stomp on your foot when I need you to respond as Mr. Brown. And he said, how you doing, Mr. Brown? Why does he keep stomping on me? Like, he got on that dog. That bit is so damn funny, and it's so many more. I can't really sit there and say that Peter is better than Homer because technically he's a spawn of Homer. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a piece of him.
I didn't say better. I said, who do you think is funnier?
That's what I mean.
Because
funny wise, I mean,
One classic joke of Homer's that Kevin brings up is when them niggas had like got capsized and they was on that boat and they end up drifting onto that island and they seen a Krusty Burger and Homer kicked in the door and was like, "Give me 700 Krusty Burgers." And he was dead ass serious. The nigga bring out a mountain of burgers. He just started eating. He was like, "Can't talk." Eating. And he was just putting them jumps away.
Putting them away. Yeah.
I was like, he didn't even pay for the jumps.
Not even. He just started, can't talk.
Dog.
I don't know, man. It's hard. But honestly, probably Peter.
You gonna take Peter over Homer?
Funny? Man, this is not easy.
Because they both, I mean, I guess they both broke the fourth wall. They both do crazy shit. Like when Peter and Lois was beefing, and that was like what, season 2 or 3, and she was just like, what are you going to do about it? And he just popped off on her. I was just like, dog. And they started wrecking, like the whole family started wrecking. And then they was all sitting in the living room beat up like, I'm glad we finally got that out.
Yeah.
But he just,
I would go with Peter. Homer's the GOAT. Homer's the OG. But I would definitely go with Peter, just off of the simple fact that he's allowed to do what Homer wasn't in the beginning. Now Homer can do what he wants, but
what are you talking about? Homer used to strangle Bart so hard that his eyes would bulge out of his head.
Yeah, but he ain't strangle. He ain't beat the shit out of
Marge?
Yeah, no, not at all.
Oh, you mean domestic violence?
Yeah.
So because he was allowed to go even further.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
They was allowed to test that. They was allowed to go into muddier waters because of what the Simpsons, in my opinion, the foundation that the Simpsons laid out, that Family Guy was able to do what it do, which then led to other animated shows going even harder than what Family Guy do. You know what I'm saying? So, for every Family Guy, there's a F is for family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For every Simpsons, there's a goddamn Family Guy. You know how that go.
I mean, like I ain't gonna say most shows, like some shows that started out as a comic strip and turned into something else. I mean,
Boondocks is a classic example of that. You know what I mean?
So, to be honest with you, I couldn't really decide. Mm-hmm. I would have to base it on the whole show. But if I'm choosing right now, I'm gonna go with Homer.
And to be honest with you, I don't really see any. Like, there's not going to be anything that I can sit here and debate with you 100% about that'll make me go against why you chose that, because I kind of agree with you. Yeah. But as far as Edge goes and what line they're willing to go across, Family Guy trumps that. I think so. They go a little harder. But that's the beauty about animated shows, man. They're allowed to cross a line that most shows can't.
So, I mean, really, it begs to differ. Like, if Simpsons was allowed to cross that line, could you really say one was better than the other?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because right now, can't. Because you can't, because it is quantifiable, but it's like it already happened. You can't change the past.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this is what it is.
Right, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, The Simpsons been on so goddamn long, bro. Like, they've been on for 30 some odd years, bro. Like, they've done everything.
I think it's
30. It's 30 something years, bro.
I want to say it's 35, but I could be mistaken.
Nah, they came out like 88.
So
I was 4 when The Simpsons came out. And I'm 36, so they're about 31, 32 years old.
32 going on 33.
Yeah, 33 years. They've been. So what haven't they talked about? It's 33 years. Longest animated TV show.
South Park made a joke, a show about that when they kept saying Simpsons did it.
Now that show. Now, if we talking about animated shows, South Park.
South Park is
in a class of their own. Ain't nobody fucking with South Park. South Park is still funny now. Did you watch the pandemic special?
South Park is the Dave Chappelle of animated shows.
Boy, yeah. Hey, Slim. Yeah. I got hell of a yes. Yeah. The best comparison. Yes, South Park came on when I was in 7th grade. I was 13.
It came out.
I was 13, 97. I think about 96, 97.
It came out 96.
Right.
Yeah.
I was my 7th grade year in middle school. I was just about to turn 13. And South Park came out. And I kept trying to figure out what everybody was talking about in school. My teacher was hip to it. Alan was hip to it. You know what I'm saying? People I was close on. I'm like, South Park. And then I finally watched it. And when you look at early South Park episodes now, you be like, man, that shit was some trash, or that shit wasn't that bad. But for that time frame, they was wilding. Compared to what they doing now, oh my God. South Park be having me weak, bruh.
Yeah.
Weak.
A lot of that stuff.
My man is Jimmy. Yeah. Jimmy wants to be a stand-up comic, but he got cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
So technically, he can't really stand up. And then he got a stutter. Shut up, Eric.
Like a lot of that stuff was just it went way too left for me.
What, South Park?
Yeah, like when what was it?
What season you stopped watching it? Because I'm telling you, if you didn't get into the Tegrity Farms era of South Park.
No, I'm not saying that I stopped watching it. I was like, I used to be on the shit every Wednesday when it used to come out.
Oh, okay.
I watch it when I see a clip of it on Facebook, and it'll make me go and watch the episode. But I don't check for it on the regular.
Right.
But what I'm saying, like when they was just doing stuff like when Butters was like tasting his own semen and shit like that.
Hilarious. Like, but I get you. Yeah,
I was just like.
But did you see the episode when Butters accidentally fell into pimping?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Now South Park, like I said, it's an animal. It's one of them things you can't. There's no strategy for it. Like
none whatsoever.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what drugs or what preparation they do to make this shit, but they do a hell of a job.
Yeah, and they do it. They do the damn thing.
You know what I'm saying? They champion they shit. So I don't know. I
shit was dope, man. Shit was dope. I got nothing on that, man. The South Park is the shit. The Simpsons is the standard, and Family Guy is right there. 1B.
1B.
Yeah, 1B. Everybody else, they gotta bow down to these guys right there. South Park, Family Guy, and The Simpsons.
All right, I got another one for you.
All right.
Sitting here thinking about it. Who do you think is funnier, D.L. Hughley or Steve Harvey?
You know, I do plan on meeting these guys at some point in my life.
All I did was ask a question.
It all depends, man. Be honest with you, funny is funny. It's not about who's better to me.
I didn't.
You know what? I'm not even going to give you no political answer.
Put it like this. Say that. I asked you,
here's the
who
thing.
Do you think is funnier?
When I watch Kings of Comedy, I'm not going to lie, like I don't fast forward through DL Park. And it's not because it's not funny. It's just because of that lineup. Everybody know you want to get to Bernie as fast as possible.
You said you do fast forward or you don't?
Fast forward.
Okay.
I've watched it several times. So I know DL's performance and I know the jokes. The jokes are funny. He did his thing. But I'm here for Sid and Bernie. You dig what I'm saying? I'm here for these two. Steve was the host. Steve is good at hosting. Steve is great at hosting. Steve is great at stand-up. DL is great at stand-up. In order to understand DL, you don't have to be smart. You just got to be fucking cognizant of reality, because that's what he does. He talks about he talks about the reality and your place in it and where we are as a nation. Like he's telling the truth and just happens to be funny telling it. That's all it is. So no, I respect DL heavily because his last special, it begins with a C. I'm trying to think of the word, but it was a big SAT word. But at the end of the day, when I listen to that shit, contrarian, funny as shit. And when I say that, and people look at me all the time, be like, damn, that joke, DL? Like, everybody just be looking at DL like DL really some shit. It's like, he's not. Nigga's funny. But Kings of Comedy, man. That when you look at that lineup, everybody fast forward DL's part. That's nothing against DL. DL is a legend. DL is a genius. Again, contrarian, dope. Every special he had, dope. Shit, one of my favorite episodes was when Will tried to do stand-up and DL was his best friend and had to save him because he was getting booed off stage and then started joning on everybody's mama in the crowd, like killing him. But, you know, if you comparing Steve and DL, I mean, shit, I'm gonna choose DL, but when I see Steve now, I be forgetting he do stand-up. So all I'm thinking about is Family Feud and Show Your Love. You know what I mean? Apollo shit, you know, or whatever. I be forgetting Steve do stand-up from time to time because he hosts so much and does it so goddamn well. Like, I haven't heard him do stand-up, but I'm lying because I ain't done yet. Or he ain't finished with me yet. Steve Harvey did that when he decided not to cuss no more. But he tried.
That was the show that he did at a church when he had on that blue diamond suit.
Yeah. He ain't finished with me yet. That was one of the last specials I watched the Steves.
That wasn't him.
That was funny.
Trying not to cuss. He couldn't cuss because he was performing at a church.
But he killed it.
Yeah. I'm not saying the show wasn't good.
Killed it. And he showed me that doing clean shows ain't bad. You know what I mean? But it
opens up doors for you to take it anyway. Look at Kev on stage. You know what I'm saying?
Look at Sinbad. I mean, let's talk about that goat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that man don't cuss on stage, but off stage is a motherfucking pirate. You know what I'm saying? Had the fortunes of meeting that guy. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. That's interesting. I had I don't want to say a vision. I always thought a dope movie would be.
You speaking on porn or you said what? An adult movie? What kind?
I said I always thought a dope.
Adult and adult sounded like people. Sorry, go ahead.
A dope movie idea.
I'm gonna watch
would
porn
be
tonight.
A bunch of comedians sitting at a table, just having a conversation, talking shit, and every, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, 10 minutes or whatever, they would, you know what I'm saying, like you would see a scene after them having a conversation, like that comic would do a set. You know what I'm saying? I said DL would be in it, Sinbad, Charlie Murphy, Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle, Eddie Griffin, Chris Rock. Now, those are some of the people that, you know what I'm saying, I would consider top 5, top 10 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to put people in there that were alive.
Gotcha.
Because if it was people that, you know what I'm saying, that weren't alive,
it'd be a bigger day.
Pryor. You know what I'm saying? It'd be Robin Harris.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Red Fox would have been in it, you know? Yeah. So, I mean, I think that because people are, to me, at their phoniest when they're their most authentic. And them just talking shit, I think that shit would just be dope. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but you be surprised, man, because, you know, being in that scene and just like sitting back and really chilling, like most of the time, man, we don't be really talking about shit. Like when a bunch of comics are around each other and they're friends. See, that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? You got to actually have a relationship with motherfuckers to really get what you're trying to get out of them or what you would put in that movie. These people would genuinely have to have a real kind of relationship or at least a level of respect for each other that whatever's being said or none of that shit's feeling forced. Like they're forcing themselves to act nice in front of them.
Yeah.
Or that shit. Like they were all of them would have that. So, you know what I mean? We do that now. Like, you know what I'm saying? We do that now. And when it's natural and it's not forced, then you get gold. Like, man, shit. The best example I got is like right before the Rona hit. Man, you couldn't tell me shit at the beginning of the year. Everything was looking up roses, nigga. I went and saw Bone Thugs and was chilling backstage with them, got to cool with them, and then right after that, Carlos Miller came in town at the DC Improv, and one of my good men from Georgia just happens to know Carlos, and he was in town. One of my good comedian friends, my man Marlon Ballard, he was in town doing a show, and was like, "Hey man," I said, "Hey, Carlos gonna be in town, man, on this date." He said, "Oh yeah, well then fucking nigga, we going to the show. I'm about to call Carlos now and tell him we on the list." So, damn, it was like that quick. Next thing you know, I'm sitting backstage in the green room at the DC Improv, like I have a couple of times at this particular point, and Carlos come in the jump. and you can act starstruck or whatever and be like, oh shit, this motherfucker right in front of me. You know what I'm saying? But he was cool as shit, and he was a real one. I had my own weed, so I'm rolling up. And he look at me. He had his own J. He rolling up, getting himself together. Whoop, whoop. He smoked. And then he look at me. He was like, what you smoking on? I said, some good shit. Passed him the doobie.
Mm-hmm.
He started hitting it. And the next thing you know, we and this motherfucker talking like we done known each other for 10 motherfucking years. You know what I'm saying? And you don't get that with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just a natural thing. So it's like after that, now you can look on my IG at Watts Comedy. You can look on my IG and you will see right on the highlights where that same night happening. And we had a whole back and forth that was recorded and was hilarious that me and Carlos got. And nobody could take that away from me. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody take that. So when you really naturally it's not forced and you cooling with it, then you'll get the moments that you're talking about, which is on my highlight in my IG story with Carlos. You'll get them kind of moments. All because you're around the right people and you're surrounding yourself with good energy. You know what I'm saying? And good people. So putting every comic in the room, you're not gonna get that. Because there's a lot of people that don't fuck with each other. There's a lot of people that smile in your face over here, but behind your back tell you they some shit. I've seen it. I've seen it, and I've had to like put a lot of motherfuckers in check. You know what I'm saying? Because if you speak about any of our minds, I'm gonna say something. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them guys that be like, oh, for real, and then go back to the other motherfucker and be like, oh, word, and then just don't say shit. I'm like, nah, if I fuck with you, bro, I fuck with you in front of you, and I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Not behind you, but you know what I'm saying? I fucks with you. So I'm not going to let nobody say no shit about you, but if they have a point, I'm going to make sure that I let you know what their point was. You know what I'm saying? And be like, hey, look, whatchamacallit don't like you, and then this is why. Check that shit, but I damn sure didn't let them talk about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I would hope that
someone would do the same thing for you.
Yeah, I would hope that would happen in that manner, man. So it's like I told everybody, man, when it comes to comedy, yeah, it's good to have friendships and relationships, but at the end of the day, this is single man competition. You know what I'm saying? It's Team Watts. So if you ain't on my team, then I don't fuck with you. You know what I mean? Or I'm looking at you suspicious until you give me a reason to let you in. You know what I mean? Other than that, I don't know. I keep to myself. I keep to myself 97% of the time, or I keep to myself and the niggas I'm around, unless I have a real relationship with you already. And then you're good. But other than that, I'll be that nigga in the corner by himself enjoying the comedy until it's my turn to burn the stage up. And then once I burn it, now you on my dick. Now you want to introduce yourself and be like, oh, hey, look, man, you killed it. What's going on, man? I'm such and such. Whoop-de-whoop, the blah, take my number and blah, 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 blah. Now we over here with it. Now, okay, cool. I don't mind that. But I know where you are now. We're just business. And I'm cool with that. But if you would have came up, hey, man, I'm such and such like Los did and like everybody else, and didn't even matter what your status was, you just wanted to talk to a motherfucker and introduce yourself, and then yeah, I don't mind building from there and going from, living up that. But your movie idea is dope, but dude, when you pick your people, if you was gonna pick your people, just make sure that they all fuck with each other.
This
it's hypothetical, but
this ain't gonna happen.
The reason why I'm telling you that, because it might can. Like, what you're doing right now, you don't even realize that we're manifesting right now. We're manifesting something. You're sitting there putting some shit out there that actually makes fucking sense. That would be dope. And if you take yourself serious, like I'm taking it, and talking about, hey, just get the right people involved, get the right group of people, and you'll get what you're looking for. We could do that. And they just all happen to be killers on the stage. Yes, we can do that. We can get that documentary done. The shit can get done. You know people. I know all the people you need to know to get the shit done. So don't ever say this ain't going to happen, because this shit could definitely happen. And you can definitely direct this shit.
Theoretically, it can
It's not no theory. That's the point I'm trying to make to you. It can happen. It can happen. That's all I'm telling you.
Okay.
It can happen way easier than you think.
All right. Not to sound pessimistic or nothing like that, right?
I'm going to look that word up. Go ahead.
But only way I see that happening, if I was Tyler Perry.
You built like Madea, but no. I think it won't happen that way. I think you don't have to do that. I think because you don't. Who's the talent you looking for?
Who has the pull to make.
Who you looking for?
This is what I'm saying. I said those specific names because those are the people I find hilarious. I'm not saying that. This comic here isn't funny, and the fact that I didn't mention any female comics isn't a slight to female comics, because there are plenty of funny ones that I find super funny. Sam J is funny. Dwain is funny.
Yeah.
Ty Davis is funny. Some more is funny. I'm trying to think of
Amy Wong,
Dominique from Southeast.
Yeah. She's hilarious.
You know what I'm saying?
She good peoples, man.
There's a couple that I'm forgetting. Precious Hall is funny.
Mm-hmm.
She funny as shit. But I can go on. But those people, and I'm not trying to be chauvinistic at all. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I see that in my mind, like that would be a dope ass setting. Now, if it was a different atmosphere or a different setting, like earlier, you know what I'm saying, in our lives, I could see that happening. But the way that, you know what I'm saying, the system is set up when it comes to entertainment, it's kind of hard to put these people together unless you have a certain amount of power, a certain amount of pull.
But to the adage, not to cut you off, but to the adage, all you saying is just is who you know. It's all about who you know. It ain't got nothing you don't have to have a certain amount of pull, bro. It's all about who you know and the relationships that you have with these people. You know what I'm saying? So you got to ask yourself, okay, what story are you really trying to tell? You know you're going to get some stand-up out of it, but what story are you trying to tell? What's the point of the story? Where's the arc of it? And then once you got that, let's see what synergy we can do. Let's see if we can get 3 male comics, 3 female comics that you feel are hilarious, and then put them in a room with certain questions. It's like you're doing with this podcast here. You already got the questions. Now you're hearing their opinions on these jumps. You feel me? And you're hearing their opinions, and then once you hear their opinions, then you cut to them doing their set. Each one. However you want to go about it.
Yeah.
And then that's how you do your document.
It wouldn't be scripted.
It's not scripted.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is them just being them. They could talk about any fucking thing. It doesn't have to be, I'm not saying that they specifically have to talk about comedy. But what I'm saying is this is just 5 people or whoever sitting in the room having a conversation, in my mind, and they just doing them. They talking about whatever.
But like I said, that goes with how close that these particular people are. In general, the relationship that they have with each other in general. That's
what I'm saying theoretically, because I don't know how close these people are with each other. I know that Dave Chappelle and Eddie Murphy have a relationship. Mm-hmm. I know that Sinbad has a relationship with D.L. Hughley.
But they all got relationships with each other, so you can see it.
Yeah, but you don't see these people hanging around. I'm not saying that they don't, mm-hmm. but you don't see these. Like, if that was the case, then these people that I have in my mind, they probably would have toured together. They probably would have collabed, not just, you know what I'm saying, showing up at the same spot and clicking or meeting at the same party. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said.
But each one, I get what you're saying, but I give an example on what you mean by that, and it happened. So, for example, when Chappelle got back on the road, you know, Chris opened. Like, they had a plan on both of them doing a double headlining jump. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And they did it. They did it a couple times when he did the John up in New York at the Radio City Music Hall, if I'm correct. Like, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember that. Same thing with DL and them. They all done shared the stage at some point with each other. Yeah. So they got those kind of experiences, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you sitting motherfuckers in the living room and just letting them watch TV, and then whoever the first one to come up with that breaks the ice and says something, now you're recording that whole idea in the conversation, right? Oh, now that you're recording that whole idea in the conversation. So, I mean, I get what you're saying on that, but it'll probably be, it won't be scripted in a sense, because all you're doing is just you're just throwing it out there, because other than that, niggas got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody successful got time to just be sitting somewhere talking to niggas.
You saying from a producer standpoint, like,
maybe,
you know,
that's where my head at.
You talking about how would it be structured? The
whole point of it is the movie. It can happen. That was the whole thing I was saying. That's all I was stressing to you. You saying theoretically it won't. What I'm saying is, nigga, we kind of manifesting this shit right now. And whether you realize it or not, this shit is getting, the plan is getting put out in the universe as we speak. So now I'm over on my brain, literally in the middle of this whole interview. My brain is thinking like, well, who would be in the meeting? Who are people that I know personally from this area, from Baltimore, from Atlanta, from New York, that I fuck with, that I vibe with, that if me and Terrence, you know what I'm saying, really put this shit together, who would be in the room that I can? And I'm literally thinking of this, you know what I'm saying, in my head right now of people that I'm personally cool with, and I know who they cool with, and all that, and you can get the reaction that you're looking for, but you also got to find them funny too. So that's another thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's not just me.
No.
The world has to find them funny.
But to be honest with you,
you know what I'm saying?
But to be honest with you, if I'm bringing them out, maybe I'm tooting my own horn on this. Maybe I'm just being a little bit, facetious on this end. Maybe I hope I'm using that word right. But I think I'm good at picking who's funny and who's not. Not because I'm a stand-up, but because I just genuinely love to laugh. So, you know what I'm saying? Did I use the word right? I didn't I? But Ecclesiastes,
PG County Public Schools. You could tell what a nigga.
Oh damn, boy, we talking. But like I said, the long story short of it,
I'm not selling that idea short. And
I think that's something we can build on.
And that's something.
I think that's
something we can talk about later.
Man. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that later.
I see you keep checking your phone over there.
Yeah, dog. I didn't even realize what was going on.
Your PO hitting you?
I'm a PO. I don't got no PO.
All right. I'm gonna wrap it up. I just thought of one more question, and I'm gonna cut you loose.
All right, what's up?
What do you think was funnier? Harlem Nights or Coming to America?
Harlem Nights.
Okay. there was no debate.
None whatsoever to me. Harlem Nights.
Okay.
Harlem Nights.
A lot of people would beg to differ.
Yeah, I know they would. It's Coming to America is the most popular answer. But if you really want to talk about comedy and looking at the genius in that shit, it's goddamn Harlem Nights, man.
I take Harlem Nights over Coming to America. I don't know if it was the star power. I mean, the movie couldn't have got done without those people being in it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So that's one thing.
To me, Delarice stole the show. Delarice stole the show.
Yeah.
Delarice stole the show in that movie.
She fucked them up.
That's what made the shit so fun. Delarice, and then goddamn one of my favorite scenes, one of America's favorite scenes in Harlem Nights is when they was over there shooting that quick. At the store, and they shooting with the whole machine gun, and that man come with the little, stop shooting that little ass gun.
He killed Johnny. I'm sorry, man. I didn't see you right there. That shit was funny, man. To me, Eddie Murphy. As a youth, like that motherfucker that nigga had a direct line to my funny bone, man. And that the shit. First of all, Harlem Nights got me some ass.
All right, that's
off me showing it on the first date. Like she said, she never seen Harlem Nights. She was like, I heard people talk about it. I see clips from it. I was like, you ain't never. All right, we gonna watch it. I literally bought that shit on Amazon Prime. Watched the whole jump. Gok, all that good stuff. So, but, you know what I'm saying?
Gok means head, y'all. He got head.
You know what I'm saying? The motherfucking joke was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But
the head was? We talking about the movie?
You keep fucking me up. You can stop talking.
All right. My bad. Go ahead.
No. The movie is awesome if you haven't seen it. This is my first time mentioning it on the podcast, but Eddie Murphy's career, especially starting out, everything he did before 2000 to me was just like, you know what I'm saying?
Trading Places, man. 48 Hours, man. goddamn
motherfucking Golden Child,
Delirious, fucking Raw,
all
of that shit.
Well, the first 2 Beverly Hills Cop, 3.
Nah.
3 was funny, but it was like
nigga again.
No, it wasn't. I ain't gonna say nigga again. It was it was like the writing was off.
Nigga again. This
you know
to me like come on, man, come on.
I mean, you can say the same thing about Bad Boys for Life.
Don't. Nah. No.
No. You don't think it was forced?
No, I don't. I think it was good. I think it was good. It got me emotional because I thought they killed my man early in the game.
Yeah.
I thought they got my man together early in the game. And then on top of that, Martin was fat. And he did nah. That joint was actually good. That was actually a great follow up for a movie that they ain't put out.
If they end the series, that's a great way to not tarnish the name.
Yeah.
Because the way they did it, they kind of
left it open for something.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what?
But they ain't gonna. I don't think they'll do it with that character. I think the franchise is so. I don't know. Like I said, it got to make sense. At the end of the day, it got to make sense. But I think Marcus Barnett, and my nigga Mike Lowry, I think they're done. I think they're just where they are. You know what I'm saying? And they're a classic duo in this.
They should have been made lieutenants and not have to leave those shops and let a younger generation take over, in my opinion. But
I mean, yeah, you're right. But I think that's probably what's going to happen if they decide to go a little further with that. If they decide to do it, then yeah. But if not, then ended it.
I think they'll make cameos in the new movie, but it won't be about them.
Yeah, and that's what's better. Yeah. That's what I think that would do it better. But man, did we just jump way off subject? Did we? How we get to Bad Boys? How did we get to Bad Boys?
We mentioned
we went from Della Reese to motherfucking Will Smith.
It was in reference to the point I was making.
But yeah, okay. So you asked me what was funny, Harlem Nights or Coming to America. I said Harlem Nights. Well, you got another one? You got another question like that?
Another question like that?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I wasn't rushing. I was like, now I want to know. I want to do another one. What's funnier? Like, what? Shit, I got that. You know what I mean?
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, I got one. I got a little more in me.
Nah, I don't think I have one off the top of my head that I can think of, but that I think that's suitable for this particular conversation.
Let me ask you this. Then.
Mm-hmm.
How was this interview so far with you? As far as this, did you learn anything new? Did you learn anything about my perspective in dealing with comedy from this? Because I'm telling you, it's a lot going on in my brain, and I be thinking I'm on subject, and then I go right around here, and then I come right back. Then I go right around here again, come right back. So sometimes I be feeling like I be trailing off. Then I come right back. How did you feel? Did you catch everything I said?
Yeah, I caught everything you said.
Did you understand it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I grasped everything you said. Yeah.
I don't. Okay. Oh, all right. I don't know what that means.
You don't know what that means?
You grasped everything I said?
Yeah.
That a good thing?
Yeah. I mean, I guess you want me to rate.
No, not compared to your others.
No. You want me to rate your
just want to make sure you got the answers you was looking for. Not saying that I was trying to do that, but I was just want to make sure that I was coherent, that you can understand what I'm saying. Because sometimes I would just be talking.
Can I?
Like right now, I'm just talking a whole lot. Not even letting you say nothing.
Yeah,
I ain't even trying to let you say nothing. At this point, I just turned it into a bit. So now I'm just going to keep talking just for the sake of talking. Like, nah, go ahead. What you about to say? I'm sorry.
I was going to say you if you looking for a interviewee rating, a little long-winded.
There we go.
But other than that, I mean,
there we go. Long-winded. There we go. All right. See, that's what I'm looking for. I got to work on that.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
And
fuck you. But thank you.
In my mind, I was like, I was going to hit the
light.
Yeah, like, like we got segments here.
But you, the wrap it up box.
Yeah.
listen, can I be real with you? It be like a little alert going off in my head, like, hey, shut up, nigga. Like you over talking. I'm like, am I?
Well, you know how long it's gonna take for that message to get from the back of your head to the front, nigga? That's that nigga get tired and be like, shit, I'm only a quarter way there. It was 3 hours ago.
Boy, that literally sounds like how you put on a belt.
How you put on a belt.
I'm halfway there, and I still got more to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a dope-ass interview. I finally made it to I Can't Make This Up. This nigga had my whole family on here before I got on here, so I'm feeling good now. The block is complete.
Wow, he really aired his
grievances. Yes. I air my grievances out. I definitely air my grievances out.
Wow,
I definitely aired it out. Definitely said something. But seriously though, man, I appreciate you, man. Real talk. I really do. Man. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for finally motherfucking just saying fuck it and really betting on yourself. And this shit is about to take off for you. I promise it is, man. And continue doing what you continue just being the fuck you, bro. Don't ever change for no motherfucking body. You haven't, but just don't. And you know, I always got your back. So
like you said, how can I be anybody but myself?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand that or value that part of themselves, and they walk around, you know, basically with no identity. It's just trying to adapt.
Right.
I don't know. Hey, look, I told a couple people that you was gonna be on. And somebody that fucks with you heavy sent me something, right?
Oh shit.
On IG.
Okay.
Somebody named Nita.
Let me see. What's the name on it?
Oh. National Dentist Association. What is this? Dear Mr. Big T. Due to litigation, we cannot make direct contact. Mr. Dwain Watts. It's come to our attention that every one of your tooth cleaners have been taking 24-hour shifts on the top row of your mouth. You have retired 3 dentists in the past 3 months. We can no longer serve you, seeing as though the stress and the amount of manpower that you're taking up. This is mean. This is mean.
Disrespectful.
In order to prevent any further problems, we would like to refer you to the paleontology department at the National History Museum.
Oh wow!
For any further work. They also would like to offer you that's a gift card link? I'm going to forward this to you.
Do that.
It's a gift card link to Tonka? Okay. Yeah.
Hold on. My phone.
Apparently they make the tools that's strong enough to clean your teeth, man. That's dope. Hey, look. I don't think that you should.
Excuse me, 1 second.
I don't think that you should. You should pass this up, man.
I'm not. It sounds good.
Going to jail.
1 second. Hello. I told you I'm on the interview. I will tell him. Give me 1 second. I'll tell him. But I will call you back when I'm done. Okay. That was your wife beaters. All of them, and they said they can't no more.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts when you put them on,
and
it hurts even more when you try to take them off. Because apparently you expand during the daytime. I don't know anything about that. That's their complaints. It's not my problem. I don't even know how they got my number. But that's all good, though. It's all good. I'm not worried about it. Whoever the NDA is and all of them, tell them that's cool. I'm okay with my teeth and how they get clean. They want to send me to a museum where the dinosaurs get their teeth clean. Great. Fuck it. It works. with that being said, high blood pressure. How long is this?
HPB.
HPB? Yeah. HBP? How long we got left, man?
Oh, man, this is it.
All right, man. Well, then, goddamn it.
Wrap it up. I know that the train's about to cut off and you got to go.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's fucked up. It's fucked up, man. I'm getting my shit together. Fuck you.
Hey, look. I know that the good garbage is almost gone behind the 7-Eleven. So, you know, you gotta get.
You right.
Get your dinner before Chuck beats you there.
All right, Chocolate Cartman. I'll see you when we get.
He said Chocolate Cartman. Oh shit.
Hey man, this shit was dope. I can't make this up. Please tune into my brother podcast, man. Thank you for bringing me on, bro. I love you.
Why don't you tell the people where they can find you at?
Man, definitely you can find me on Facebook, DWAINWATTS, Dwain Watts. If you're on Instagram, you can find me at Watts Comedy, WATTSCOMEDY. And if you're on Twitter, Laugh a Lot Watts, man. There you go.
Hey man, thank you for coming by.
Man, thank you for having me, bro.
A dope interview. I actually had some more installed, but due to time constraints, we had to save it for the next time.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this interview. It's actually just been good catching up with this brother of mine. And, you know, as usual, I'm your host, the Land of a Legend, a.k.a. Big T. And this is the I Can't Make This Up podcast. I can't, with a K, make this up. You can find me everywhere podcasts are available. Social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I Can't Make This Up podcast. All right? Appreciate you tuning in, sticking by. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and, pass this along because I know y'all going to enjoy this content. And if you don't, hey, man, tell me why you didn't. And send me the make a comment, send me a message, and I'll take it for what it is and, find you and do something bad. All right?
He'll kill you. He will kill you. And guess what? Big T, that's my man. And the T stands for titties.
All right, y'all. Take care.
Bye, man. Take it easy.